The CFK Diary, Season 2, live from New York. This is round 2. The second time I lived in New York. The first time I filmed the diary. So it's the CFK Video Diary 2019 New York edition. The last time I recorded a video diary was the first ever video diary. So this is only the second video diary and the first video diary in New York. And this is the second time I'm in New York. So what I'll do right now is just kind of go and kind of tell you as if that first diary were all I had, as if that was all I had. And I didn't have audio diaries after that, and all the projects and books and stuff. If that was all I had and this was the sequel, and I had to catch you up on everything, as if I didn't have like hundreds of books and audiobooks and all these tracks and everything that I've been creating with my entire 20s. Ever since I became an adult, I followed my passion. I have been blessed to discover it at 7, as far as discover the gifts. And my mother, I was blessed to have a mother who encouraged the gifts, and thank God for that. My mom, Suzanne Washington, thank God for that. And she encouraged the gifts, and my dad left, and that was a really good thing because it caused me a lot of pain and suffering, and I got exposed to things that I didn't want to expose myself to in retrospect. And it bothers me to this day, to the point to where I just smoke profusely because the mind is so heavy, and some of the pains are some of the pains are hard to deal with, so I just kind of smoke through them. And then there comes a point where the smoke just kind of goes through you, and the pain just comes back, and I get jittery. So I have to do something. I have to do something because this pain is going to cripple me if I don't do something about it. And so I grab the camera and I look into the lens, and I just spill my heart, or I'll grab the pen and I'll find a page and an empty line, an empty page, and I will go to the top of the line, the top of the page, the first line, and I'll write down the whole page. I'll write in the margins, I'll write on the whole entire page, I'll write on the back of the page. Then I'll go to the copy machine at work if I wrote that on break, and I'll copy it. Now I have a copy of my handwritten manuscript, and it's easier to read that way, and then I can go home and record it, and I have all this pain, and so I have to express the pain that I feel, and then I also have to use the pain to express other things that I feel, or just use the pain to propel me and keep me, and use the pain itself will compel me to stay propelled towards pursuing my dreams and out there into the universe and the cosmos, and all throughout the Milky Way. I've been sending intentions out all throughout the Milky Way for all of my 20s, for all of my 20s I've been pursuing my dreams. When I graduated high school, I had a job, so I stayed in the workforce. I had realized my power as a person and my personality. I realized the power of my own personality as an adult. It was my first introduction to adulthood. It was like, you're still in school and you have a job, so you have a chance after school to be into the real world in a way, and to connect with people in the real world. And now you're surrounded by people in the real world, and you're not surrounded by people in a classroom anymore. You're surrounded by people of all ages in the real world, just coming to a place that you work, and you meet them, and you're around them a lot. So, I stayed in the workforce, and I kept working and stuff. And because I didn't know my passion yet, I didn't know what it was, and the filmmaking was really close. It was always there. It was like, okay, this is something that you tried when you were 12 and you were too shy to put your film out there. Then it got deleted, so maybe you should have put it out there and then it wouldn't have gotten deleted because you would have put it out there in the contest. So whatever, that's what you get. So it gets deleted. You don't really mess with it anymore until 10 years later. But in between those 10 years, you know, in between the 3 years of 18 to 21, where you made that transition, you always had a camera on you somewhere, and you were using it, but it wasn't yours. So you just had other cameras around and stuff, but you didn't start the chat films thing. And so you had other cameras, you got some footage, and you started a YouTube back then, and you had videos that had like 600 views. Like, it was really, when you look back on it, nobody knows about that channel and stuff, but when you look back on it, it was really like, I wish that I still had that footage. I gotta try to see if I can find it. I wish, maybe. And if I can find it, it's gonna be so cool to see. I'm gonna look for it after this. But like, you know, I just, and during those 3 years of 18 to 21, you created so much art that you just don't have anymore. And it was like, at the time, you knew it wasn't commercial and you couldn't do anything with it. But 10 years later, if you could find it and have it, you know, now you could do something with it because it just serves as the prequel and the precursor to everything that followed because you kept going. And that's a lesson that you want to pass on to everyone like watching this. Like, the stuff you're creating now is like gonna seem like it sucks, but it doesn't. So keep that shit and keep getting better and keep trying and keep going at it. And the more you do it, the more you write at it, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get so much better to the point where you're gonna have like a real nice mastery of it, even as an amateur or even as an intermediate. Like, you're gonna just be able to have master yourself and how you put it out your way. Like, you're gonna master your own form on how you produce a project. You're gonna create your own way on how you produce your podcast, whatever your projects are. And once you get to that point, see, now I feel better. I feel better. See, like, that's the thing about it. That's why I have to, like, grab the camera or grab the pen or grab the book or grab the phone and do an audio recording. Like, I'm jittery as fuck, dude. Like, I'm weird as fuck. Like, I wasn't made for the real world. Like, look at how I'm fucking dressed right now. Like, can you see how, look at how I'm fucking dressed right now. Like, do you see that? Do you see those? Look, what the fuck, bro? I wasn't made for the real world. I was made for the dream world. I was made for the stage, alright? I need a stage. I need a stage. Alright? I need a stage. Alright? That's it. I need a stage. That's all I want. I just want a stage. You can keep the money. I just need a stage. I just need a stage. That's all. I just want to go on stage and just grab a mic and say, "Hi everybody, how you doing? My name is Chad Xavier Harris. I am 29 years old, and I'm going to take you through a range of emotions, whether you like it or not. But you'll thank me in the end, because I'll have to die. And then all you'll want to know then is, what did I stand for while I was alive?" And I told you that on the stage. You know, so like, it doesn't matter what it is, like, no matter what I have to do, like I mean, like, in a good way, like, the different forms of art that I could do, that's what I mean, like, I just put me on stage, it doesn't matter, like, you know, I haven't explored comedy, but if I just get on stage and just be honest with everybody, they'll be dying laughing. I just have to be honest about everything. I just have to tell them stuff I don't want to tell them, then they'll laugh, because I just told them stuff I didn't want to tell them. You know, they have no choice but to laugh. They'll know I just told them something that I didn't want to tell them, you know, but I still told them, and they'll just laugh because they're just so surprised that I actually told you that. Like, you know, I could get the laugh. I just had to be very honest about just how stupid I really am, you know, and just how stupid I was. And just have to be honest. Like, hey, there was this time that I did this, and it's over. They're just gonna laugh. And then there's this time I did this, and then they're just gonna laugh, and it's just, I'm a big ball of what the fuck. Like, honestly, like, that's the best way to describe Chad Xavier. Big ball of what the fuck. So, you know, I'm grateful to be alive, despite the pain and stuff. You know, I woke up at 3:50 a.m. You know, I was training for it, so I'm still training it right now. You know, So that makes me extra jittery when I make the wrong decisions and lose the money and stuff. So, but like I know I'm getting better, and I know it's still my first year doing it, and it was like my first 6 months doing it. So the 6 month mark is over. So approaching month 7, I actually have like pretty much what I need to make the money I want to make from it. Like I know what I have to do. I have to trade conservatively in the first round, go for the gusto afterwards, but just trade conservatively just to get in, get on the swing, and ride it until the swing is over. And I know what I have to do on certain days. Like on Sunday now, I know on Sunday when the market opens at 5, it's gonna open from the point to where it was dropping from Friday, because it was rising up from like Wednesday and Thursday, rising up until Friday. Then Friday it drops till it closes. So when it opens up on Sunday, it's gonna drop just a little bit more, like 100 points, like just a few hundred points, just a little bit more. The drop is pretty much over. It's gonna drop just a little bit more, then it's gonna shoot up for the whole night until 4 a.m. So about 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is when it will be switching. So you want to do your switch over before 4 a.m. But by 4 a.m. Mondays, it's gonna be popping in the sell direction. But on Sunday, for the rest of the night, it's gonna buy up. All right, it's gonna buy back up. It's gonna rise back up where it was Friday morning before it started to go down. All right, so if you're in it Friday morning, on the buy, Friday morning when it's up, when it pushes the bar past where it was before and it's a new high, then you close out and go into your sales. And then Sunday, you get out of your sales, or you can get out of your sales Friday. You should get out of your sales Friday at the end of Friday, and then go into your buys at the end of it. And then when it opens up on Sunday, go into more buys after it drops a little bit, and then boom, then you're good. You ride that out all Sunday night. Monday by 4 a.m. you're gonna have all your buys closed and into sales. And then boom, it's gonna sell that whole day. And then it's 4 a.m. Tuesday. Now by 4 a.m. Tuesday, it's going into buy. So between Wednesday and Thursday, it's gonna have to do a sell one of those days around 4 a.m. because it's gonna end up selling on Friday just a little bit, just going down gradually, but it would have to have went back up after going down. Like, Sunday it opens up going on the buy. 4 a.m. Monday is buying, and then it's gonna stop and it's gonna be selling. Now it's selling. You switch over before that, get into the opposite direction, which would be what opens up Sunday in a buy. It's gonna buy up all night. Sunday and Monday it switches up to sell. It's gonna sell all day until Tuesday, 4 a.m. Now it's buying. That's where it's at now. So it's gonna keep buying till tomorrow, maybe even longer. But at some point between tomorrow and Thursday, it's gonna have to do a little sell. It might just go up halfway, then sell halfway back down, then do that again. It might just do that. Like, I guess Wednesday and Thursday, it might end up going up 500 points a day or whatever. It just really depends on when you get in, because if you get in at the right time, the right points, then you'll know how far it really went. But you might get in late, so you won't have capitalized on all the points. You have to pay attention to how many points it really moved, because you didn't capitalize on all the points. So that's what I meant with the trading, and it gets really anxiety inducing when you're doing that and stuff. But like I learn from my mistakes every time. Like I've been training and practicing, training myself, teaching myself. I have nobody else teaching me. I just have God just giving me the resources to continue to put money into it and to teach myself. Instead of paying money to learn a course, I just go on my own course and figure out how I need to trade to meet my goals, like what I want to be able to bring in. I've been trading as practice. I'm doing that. Like, I know what I need to be able to bring in. So by doing it on my own, I was able to come up with my own equations, my own trading equations as far as how I set up a trade and stuff. I have my equation for it. That's why I say round one, you want to go conservative. Just want to get in the direction that it's going, You just ride that out until it maxes out. Then you close it, get out in the opposite direction, go. Then you're good. Hold that. So you get in on Sunday, go in for the buy. Buy up all Sunday night. It's gonna buy up the rest of Sunday. If you do that, you're gonna double all your money just from that one right there. Like you get that one right. You get that one right. All your money gets double right there. If you go for the gusto on that one, but you don't go for the gusto in the direction you want to go, because it's not going in that direction yet. It has to switch over. It hasn't switched yet. So ride it out. Go for the gusto in the direction it's going, and then you switch over. So, because when I was trading for the last few months, I always had that in my mind. I was okay. When you get in on Sunday, you always go in on a buy, and the buy works immediately. But then the buy goes away, and I kind of forget when did the buy go away. And I was like, the buy went away like 12 hours later, 24 hours later, the buy disappeared. So the buy would be good for a long time. You'd be looking at it like, oh, you're in profit. But it's not. It's about to switch. It's buying up for the sell. The buy is a discount for the sell. The sell is a discount for the buy. So when the seller is just a discount for the buy, when it's buying, it's just a discount for the sell. So you get in on Sunday, go in the buy. It's going to buy back up from Friday, buy back up, then go down for the rest of the day, then go up for the rest of the next day, then go down for the rest of the next day, then go up. Like Wednesday and Thursday might be connected. Like you got to watch those. Wednesday and Thursdays might be the day where it just like does 500 points a day. You know, like back and forth. Like it's going to go up 500 points between Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to go down 500 points. Then it's gonna go back up. So it's like it never really left that little segment. Like it's gonna stay within that 1,000-point range. Like it just depends on when you get in. Like when I got in Sunday, it was at like 68.4. You know, 68. It was like 68.2 by the time I got in. 68.3, 68.4. When it opened up, it was like dropped down from 68.3 to 68.2. And stuff. So that would have been the time to go in the buy for the gusto, because all the buys went up to like 68, 700. So that would have been $5 right there per trade. Like if I would have went in from 68, 200 to 68, 700, then that would have been 500. $5 right there. And I had like 10 trades. I had 10 trades in that direction, and 5 of those trades were regular, like 10 cents a point, so it would have been $5, and the other 5 trades were double, like 20 cents a point, so it would have been $10. So yeah, right there, from right there, that would have doubled it, because, you know, yeah, the balance would have been double right there. So, just right there. So Monday, Sunday it opens up, going to the buy until Monday. By 4 a.m. Monday, it's in the sell. Tuesday, by 4 a.m., it's in the buy. Wednesday, just gonna have to watch it and figure it out on Wednesday and Thursday. So that's what I'm looking at now. But I know Wednesday is still in the buy though, because last time when I didn't make it past Tuesday, because the last time I did it last week, like I caught it on the buy. Like I caught the first switch. Like lasting from Sunday to Friday. It's kind of hard, you know, but as long as you just go conservative, you'll be straight. But yeah, it's like I caught it. I caught the switch. I was at work and everything, and I still caught the switch. And I was like, okay, I caught the switch. Then I got tricked by like early in the morning, like 7, 8 in the morning. Like I thought I was gonna go back down, but right after I messed up, I was like, you're stupid. Why would it go back down? It's been going down the whole time. It has to buy. And then I checked it up on Wednesday. The next day, it was still like up and going up, and I was like, ugh, just cringing at like everything I didn't make, just based on the equations I had set up. So the way I set up the equations is like to double everything, you know, like right there. So you just have to know exactly which way to go before you do the equation I set up. That's what I said when you just start off that first round, you just go conservative. You want to go conservative. You know, I feel good. I'm just talking to you all and stuff. Nobody knows who I am and stuff. Like I'm gonna be like this like secret figure that like just popped up out of nowhere. You know, probably die first, and then and then pop up like that, and then you find out about me, or if God allows me to, you know, get known before I die, then that's cool. But if not, I left everything behind, all my thoughts and stuff. I know no one knows me out there. I'm not really known, you know. I don't ever think I am, so, you know, I don't ever talk about any of this stuff. Like, you know, I have a video that has like 10,000 views out there, so I know people have seen me, you know, like, I've had, when I first moved up to New York, like my first week in New York, my first week in New York, the first time I came up here, October 2017, my first week, man, like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, you know, like, it was beautiful, like, excuse me. It was beautiful. Like, I would be walking down the street dressed like this. I didn't have the pants on. Like, I didn't have the pants on, but I would walk around with like the shiny jackets, and it caught them off guard. They loved that shit. And the first week I was up here, the first month, every time I would go outside, I would see at least 10 camera phone lights in my face from traffic, from passengers, drivers, people at red lights. And it added up to about 50 to 100. I say minimum 50, max 100. And like that first month, like it would have been like 10 to 20 per night. Like it was an insane amount of camera lights in my face from strangers, and people would walk up on me on the curb, they had their cameras on me, and I was like dancing and stuff. Like I was just enjoying being in New York, man. Came out of nowhere, you know, and I guess they knew they never saw me before, because if I was dressed like that, they would have noticed me. And it was a beautiful thing to see. And the first time I came to New York, that was before I mentally was forced to like come to grips with like, you know, just like childhood molestation and victimization and like homosexuality. And like those are 3 tough things to talk about. And I just blurted them out like it was fucking flavor of Jawbreakers or some shit. Like crybabies, warheads, and fucking sour punch straws and fun dip and shit. Pulled it out like it was some fucking candy, you know, and you know, I feel good talking about it. I definitely, you know, don't get graphic with it, but the memories are graphic, and they haunt me, and that's why I went abstinent and stuff. Like that's why I didn't have sex as an adult. Like my entire span as an adult, like my first 10 years as an adult, for the first 10 years of my adulthood, I had sex 3 times. You're fucking dead. You couldn't do that shit. Nobody could do that shit. I know what you're thinking. Why the fuck would you want to do some shit like that? Who the fuck wants a decade of desert dick? Funny shit, ain't it? And that's why. That's why I don't have sex. I had too much sex as a child. That's not cool. It ruined the experience. So all the hazards of sex, I've experienced a fair share of those as a child. You know, like, like as an adult, being like real promiscuous and stuff, you catch a disease or something, right? But like, as a child doing that, like, you're just more likely to like just catch like, you just catch these childhood demons you have to deal with forever. Like, this is karma. It's just like, so I felt obligated to I felt obligated to do my best to correct my soul, like correct the flow of energy. Sex is a very energetic thing, and you have to be careful that it's going in the right direction. And people never understood, they never comprehended what I was trying to say when, like, I would just be open about my abstinence, or just whenever they would find out about it, like, because eventually they're gonna know that you're not trying to get pussy. Eventually, they'll notice that you're not smashing any bitches. Like, even though, like, you're around them and you work with them, and, like, you take naps with them in your bed and stuff. Like, shout out to Izzy. I'm definitely gonna come and talk about Izzy. And then I'll come back and talk about the only girlfriend I ever had. I was in 8th grade. And that's a real important story. I have to talk about that. It's the only relationship I've ever been in, so it just shows you, like, I got fucked up somewhere along the line, and I want to talk about that and be honest with that, and talk about her, and just admit to her what happened. She never knew what happened. She doesn't know what happened. She doesn't care now, but I just want to be honest about it. Like, you never knew what happened. Like, you knew something happened. Like, it's tough. It's really tough. But this story, that part of the story, it's not as heavy as, like, solely focusing on what happened. So I'll come back and I'll talk about that. And we just keep talking about, like, sex and stuff, and, like, my relationship with sex, do I have a unibrow? Is it there? Is it there? Alright, this is how people think I am. Oh, that hurts. Oh. So, I feel a lot better right now. Like, I feel good. And I like just, like, showing my eyes and just like, hey, me see myself. Hey. So I'm gonna go smoke another blunt. We're gonna come back and we're gonna keep doing this. This is the Chad Diary 2019, aka the CFK Diary 2019, Season 2, 2019. Season 1 was 2015 from Georgia. Season 2 is 2019 from Syracuse, New York. And I like this angle. Do you like this angle? I like this angle. Do you like this angle? I said I like this angle. Do you like this angle? I fucking like this angle. Oh my goodness. I like this angle. Look, you don't know what I'm doing. Does it look like I'm laying on the ground? I like this fucking angle right here. Oh, I like this shit. So, I'm gonna come back. I'm in the groove now. Yeah, I'm in the groove right now. I'm in the groove. Yeah, we're in the groove. We're about an hour deep on the film diary. So real shit, if I want to stop already, I could just like stop for the day. But I fucking already did an hour, right? But then it's like, Chad, you fucking piece of shit. You know it's 24 hours in a motherfucking day. Don't you know that, bitch? So what the fuck is an hour? What percentage of the day did you use to create if you only used an hour? An hour is good as fuck. An hour is just a fucking session, man. Like, let's just get that shit straight, Chad. Like, with your standard. Like, how you... This is how I talk to myself. Because if I talk to myself all night, it's like, yeah, you could just lie down and rest. Nigga, you can fucking die tonight, and you're just a piece of shit. And then if that doesn't work, then it's like, okay, you have 3 friends who are not alive anymore. You know? So, I just want to be honest about, what affected me in life and what I learned from it. Because I don't want anybody to go through what happened. And I don't have any power to stop that from happening to anyone else. So maybe it will never stop. It's making me shake. So shake it hard. And it's like probably 25 degrees outside, so that might have something to do with it as well, but excuse me, I kind of clogged up with the, all that, which I hate all that. I hate having to do that when I'm talking film, so I gotta go clear that up and stuff, but, I like that, just right there in my eyes, it's real cool. I'm really thankful to anybody that watches. Like I said, if you're watching this, then it's too late. I'm already dead. That's the only reason you're watching. Nobody gives a fuck about the living. They don't even fear the dead. And no longer competition. You'll watch my shit. As long as I'm fucking dead. Shit, ain't it?